Hello, this is a video on how to put on a pressure meter on the Pavoni Euro-Piccola, and also to actually replace the double outlet with a single outlet. And so I ordered this at a shop and it arrived, and I thought this is all easy, so I just screw this in. But now the thing is, there is like this tab usually, which you have to remove here, and there's this washer, the seal, and you remove the two. So this is the old one. There was a new one with the manometer, and then there is an adapter because the threads, the size of the threads are not good and are not fitting. You know, it's smaller here and larger there. So there was a little metal adapter in between. So I screwed them in and put it in. You need for this a 14mm or two of them, and this one here is too thick, so it won't stick because you need two of them, so they don't fit here. So you need thinner ones. So that made it quite tricky to repair it. So I found one, and so I used this one plus the thinner one, and I just made it. So the thing is, then I screwed it on, and it wasn't keeping the pressure. So when the pressure went up here to 0.2, there was a lot of water coming out and dripping all over. And so I had to switch it off, take the pressure out here, and then what I did is I used the new seal, because I had used the old one, and that probably after 20 years that was worn or old. And then I also, for the between the adapter and the manometer, I actually, because that wasn't holding the pressure either, so I had to use this, I think it's called silicone tape, which you use. It's, you know, you use when you have threads and you want to seal them. And what I did is I cut a piece that is about this size and cut it in half, and then put that around the thread, the metal thread here, and then I screwed it in. And then I screwed the whole thing in, and I was lucky that it was facing to my side. So it was like standing 10 degrees like that. So I carefully adjusted it to just point to the front direction. And so that was a tricky thing, and I really don't know if I can recommend it if somebody doesn't have a lot of, you know, these tools at home. Now the thing is, the other thing is, I always wanted, because I always drink a single espresso, so what I did here, I used this, and then I had to kind of center the cup underneath here, and then so I ordered this. It's very cheap. I don't know, it's $8 or euro. But here there was also a problem, because it had, with the oil or grease or whatever was in here from the coffee for 10 years, this was stuck so much. So I used a wooden workbench table and put it in like this, because I don't want to go with a set of pliers here to kind of damage it. And then with a lot of force, I was able to unscrew it. And I screwed it on, and now it's perfect, this one, because when you now do a coffee, you can actually see the crema come out. And I'll show that in a different video. When the crema comes out, initially the first drops are completely dark black, so no crema. And then after about 10 seconds, you know, when you push down the lever here, then you see there's crema coming. And then after you're kind of a little bit over half of the water that is in here, then the crema actually starts to get thinner. And then I usually stop, remove the cup, and then put another cup underneath. Now, and then pull all through. I do that for two reasons. First, because I may use the coffee for a bad espresso. If somebody is not a guest or so, doesn't care about the taste of an espresso, he doesn't know, then you might get away serving that one, but it's really not good. But what you could do is you could do a cafe latte, you could do a cappuccino with it, and then it's okay-ish. The other thing is I showed in the video, you can do kind of a fake tiramisu out of it, but I would say in most cases I just pour it away. But I want to pull the lever completely down, and that is why, and I don't want it to drip into here, the half of the coffee, so I use a cup to do that. Okay, that was it. It was, not that easy to actually get this done. But I really enjoy to see the pressure, because the pressure depends on how much water is there, and if you run out of water, for example, you would see here. So fantastic, I really like it, and yeah, so the investment of about 40 euro, I think it was, for this was okay. But please watch out, you need tape, silicone tape or the teflon tape, and you need the new seal, and you need a good 14 millimeter to 40 millimeter keys here to do this. Okay, I hope it was useful, and enjoy your espresso.